Guys, it's me. I'm back.
What's up, party people?
We're like, Mads, come on. All right, this show is taking a turn for the. Oh. Oh, hey. Hi, my name's Rick. Welcome to another episode of Monster Bass Live. We got a great show for you today. It's our last one before the holidays. Is it our last one before the holidays? It's.
No, because we might be on with somebody from Strike King next week.
Oh, we might be on with someone with Strike King next week, but I don't know how we're going to do that because Fixie's going to be off in Russia. He'll probably never come back. So this actually could be our last show ever because he's been known to make bad decisions. He's going to Russia, and we don't know if he's going to come back. So this is kind of like our last show for the foreseeable future. We got a great guest for you today. We got Greg Blanchard. I'm told that we're actually going to be joined by the bearded bad man himself, Alex Rudd. So we got a great show for you. As always, the world's greatest customer support team is manning the support lines. We can make Rudd rich, or at least his better half rich if we feel like it. We got the golden tickets. Want to say thank you to my show sponsor, for keeping us hydrated as the show goes on. Last week I had quite a few of these, Liquid Death, and as you guys know, by the end of the show, I was like making faces. I had to go to the bathroom so bad. So I've already decided in advance, since I've had like 4 of these today, because it's great water and it comes in a can, right? Like, let's get rid of the plastic. We don't need plastic. Crap's no good for you. It's no good for our planet. I've already decided that I'm just going to leave a blank screen and I'm just going to leave in the middle of the show. You guys might stare at some empty stuff. So anyway, I don't know about you guys, but it's crazy what's taking place. I don't know if you guys are seeing this, but like my Amazon orders are delayed. Everything that I've purchased is delayed. I may very well wake up Christmas morning and there'll be nothing underneath the tree. And that's not because I've been a bad boy. That's just because I don't think any of my stuff's going to get delivered. I'm not sure how I'm going to pull that one off with the kids, but we'll see. So anyways, cheers to you guys for taking an hour or two out of your day to be here. Cheers to you, Jared and Rafi. Cheers for putting on this great show. All right, we are going to open the phone lines. If I don't get 20 questions today, I'm going to be really pissed. It's not very often that you get guests like Greg Blanchard and, Alex Rudd on at the same exact time. So we're going to open those phone lines right away, get you guys started. And I'm not going to waste any time because I don't know how much time we've got, but I know we got to get Rafi home. He's got to take care of some stuff. Let's see who's online. Man, we got a lot of people. We got, oh, you like that? Brendan noticed. Of course, Brendan noticed. So I don't know if you guys noticed this, but we got some new apparel. We got like 5 new shirts. We got a new puffy jacket. We got a rain jacket, like all season. Like it's like pretty heavy. Pretty dope. We got some new sweats. If we were at the house, I'd be wearing sweats, but I got some camo sweats that I actually rock when I roll to the store, and they're dope. What else? Scott Hughes is there. Mr. Gambit. I like that. Who else? T-Rex is here. Oof. Heather's here. Man, we got everyone in the house today. Who? It is like romper room. I don't think this mouse is working there, Fixie. All right. Sean Devine. Gramps. Oh, my God. This is like a who's who. They're not here. You guys aren't here to see me. You guys are here to talk to our guests. So let's not waste any time. We're going to be able to do this, or we're going to have technical difficulties. I mean, I would do it myself if the mouse worked. I'd love to be like man in the sound levels. All right. So our guest today, if you're sitting, wait a minute. No, I don't want Rudd on here, but since he's here, I can't very well kick him off.
Unwanted.
No, never. You're never unwanted. How's it going, man?
Good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm really great. Your beard looks fabulous. I mean, it looks like it's it looks like it's changed a lot since last week, and man, it's pretty.
It is always pretty. It's a very well groomed and taken care of beard. It's very healthy right now. I'm very proud of it.
Could we commission you to make some beard grooming videos?
Sure, why not?
Like, I think it'd be pretty funny. It'd probably go viral if you dropped a beard grooming video on your channel.
Listen, let me tell you something. There are dudes right now who are making a tremendous amount of money with beard grooming channels. I didn't know it was like a thing.
It is?
But it's a thing. So there's a subscription service like what we do, but for beard care products. And then there's dudes, and then there's dudes who like groom their beard. There's one dude that I watched in the past who's got like 300,000 or 400,000 subscribers, and all he does is just talk about grooming his beard and how to take care of his beard. Yes. Yeah.
See, this is what's wrong with the world. This is what, like, I feel like I work so hard and I should just do stupid stuff like make videos where I make dumb stuff with duct tape. And people would buy it. People would watch it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is there's an audience out there for everybody, right?
Totally.
And, I mean, stupid stuff with duct tape would probably work. I mean, I'm surprised that there's not somebody already doing that.
There probably is. I mean, who knows?
The highest viewed YouTube video about beards is 14 million views, and it's by Beard Brand, which is the subscription beard service, and they have 1.8 million subscribers on YouTube.
God, what am I doing?
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, where did I screw up, right? Like, why did I pick fishing? Why couldn't I be the beard guy?
Oh my God, you totally made a mistake. Well, let's talk about fishing since we can't talk about beards.
Yeah,
how's fishing going these days?
It's I've not been since me and Bethany went, which was last weekend. I can't believe that's already been that long.
Yeah.
No, I hit a deer on the way fishing last weekend. And so I got about halfway to where I was going. And I was running down the interstate about 75, and a deer ran out in front of me and struck my kayak trailer, bounced off my kayak trailer, and then was hit by a semi and evaporated into a pink mist and a couple body parts. And so after it bounced off of my trailer, what happened was it bent the fender well in on my trailer, which bent it into the sidewall of my tire, and it cut like a 4-inch groove into the side of my tire. And so I had to go bend my fender well back out on my trailer and then go find a tire.
Is this like a call for, like, I feel like, the last time someone was telling me about this, I had to buy him a AAA membership. Do we need to get you like a AAA membership or something?
No.
Tell the truth.
No.
Tell the truth. You hit the deer, you killed it, but you took the back straps. I hear that's a thing that people do.
Listen, if it hadn't, when the semi hit it, this is not a joke. It's one of the most violent things that I've ever seen. So it hit. So I'm going. It was chasing a doe. So it's trying to breed the doe. It's trying to rut the doe. I missed the doe, and the buck runs out, and I just keep on going because I'm not going to swerve into oncoming traffic or do anything stupid. He hits my fender well, bounces in the air in the semi, just his body literally just poof. There was nothing left. I've never seen anything quite like it. Just body parts everywhere.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Now, I did see a deer get hit last year by a minivan, and I did pull over on the side of the road and throw him in the back of my truck and eat that deer. That did happen, but that's a whole different story.
That's okay to do, right? Like, that's not like
it's totally legal.
Frowned upon.
It's totally legal in the state of Tennessee.
Like, I just saw for the first time, like, I hear these stories about the back straps, right? Like, I'm not a big hunter. If someone wants to take me hunting, listen, I want to go. I wanted to go duck hunting so bad this season. Messer promised he'd take me, and then, that fell apart.
Yeah.
I want to go duck hunting so bad. But anyways, I keep hearing about, like, that a deer gets hit and then someone will cut the back straps off, and I saw it for the first time.
Mhm.
It's pretty gross, man. They just literally just cut it out of the roadkill.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah. I
God.
mean, there's people that do it all the time. There's like a whole culture around eating roadkill animals.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, okay.
but anyway, bass
Enough
fishing.
about roadkill. Yeah, let's talk about bass fishing. And what do you say? Let's bring on our guest. You know him
Yeah.
pretty well. So tell me a little bit about this guy.
Greg
Yeah,
Blanchard.
what do you know?
He is. I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you what I know about Greg
All right.
is that he is literally one of maybe like 3 fishing YouTube channels that I actually watch because Greg puts out fantastic content.
Ooh.
I've learned a lot from him about kayak fishing because when I got into kayak fishing, I knew nothing about it. And I appreciate everything that Greg does. So I'm excited to get him on here and to talk some fishing with him.
Well, let's do it. All right. So, folks, I don't need to provide an introduction. I mean, my guys were kind enough to actually give me some notes, but Alex just did a great job. So he's one of the most prolific kayak anglers in the planet, and he makes tremendous content. So let's give a big warm welcome to our guest today, Greg Blanchard. How's it going, man?
What's up, guys?
How are
Good,
you?
how are you? Thanks for having me on.
Right on. So what part of the country are you in?
Right now, I'm in Northern California. You're in SoCal, right?
Yeah.
You're down south.
Yeah.
Nice. And then Alex, you're out east somewhere.
Tennessee.
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 Gosh.
Right in the middle of
Beautiful.
yeah, dude. Right in the middle of it all.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, Greg, have you been fishing since you were a little kid, or?
Yeah, I have. I think it's probably like a similar story to a lot of us. Grandpa got me
Yeah.
into it. So I think since maybe 3 years old, worm and bobber type stuff. And that's pretty much got the addiction started. It is an addiction. I think we've talked to Alex about this. It's a problem. There should be a diagnosis for this fishing problem because it's a weird thing if you think about it, right? Fishing is it's an odd thing to do, but it's so fun. So addicted since then and still going strong.
Right. So how did you get into kayaking? What was the turning point that got you into one of those?
I grew up bank fishing, pretty much bank fished all throughout, middle school, high school, some of my college years, and just so happened to stumble upon a kayak at a rental cottage on a family vacation. And it was a weird thing to do, but it made sense. It was like, well, because I had never seen anyone else kayak fish. This was just kind of a random thought I had in my head. I was like, well, I can take a rod out in there and go around the docks and fish, and ended up catching some fish. And that just kind of got the ball rolling for me. We started doing some research, and I think my first kayak ever was in 2012 off of Amazon. And it's a good kayak. It was a Lifetime Manta kayak. And it was just a big opportunity to get off the bank. And I think that's what a lot of kayak guys get into it for that reason. It gets you off the bank. It kind of brings you to the next step.
Sure. And so what's your current kayak setup?
Right now, I'm rocking a few. The main kayak is a native watercraft Titan 10.5. So we went from the $500 Amazon kayak to probably a rig that's over 10K. So we've upgraded it a little bit. We'll say that. We've got a few upgrades on that thing, but it's crazy, man. Like the kayaks nowadays, I mean,
totally.
Alex, you got some pretty serious kayaks in your garage too. It's like,
it's just got to the point where kayak fishing is its own just branch of fishing now. We're used to is there's dudes who kayak fish, but now there's kayak fishermen and kayak tournaments and kayak specific this and kayak specific that. And when I finally bought my Hobie, it was one of those things when I did it, I was really fortunate because I had some kayaks to sell that, allowed me to buy that kayak. But when I bought it, it was still I can't believe I just spent that much on a kayak. But then all at the same time, it's once you get in it and you fish in that kayak and you just realize how it's like a battleship. I mean, it's a battleship of a kayak. It's huge. It's set up for exactly what it's meant to do, which is kayak fishing. You start to understand the appeal and Dude, I love it. I mean, I love kayak fishing. You know, I still got my boat. I love my boat, but like, there's days the simplicity of putting the kayak in the water and getting in the kayak is like my
Totally.
favorite thing to do. It's a
Totally.
different gear in fishing, and I love it.
Yeah, it's more like exploring, right? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
I always
it's,
I always threaten to make a purchase of a kayak
You
because
should do it. You won't regret it.
if I was gonna go out on a regular basis, it would definitely be with a kayak. I
Well,
think the
dude, I
It's
mean,
easy.
it's easy. That's one. It's easy. It's cheaper. But dude, I cannot tell you how many cool things that I've seen in a kayak that I wouldn't have been able to see in a boat
sure,
because I was either in a place where I can't get my boat or just being in a kayak. There's something about being in a kayak that like nature is just not as intimidated by you as it normally is. And like, man, I've floated by deer standing in neck deep water eating, like, some kind of grass that's growing in the water. I've had otters swim up next to the kayak. I mean, like, it's just cool stuff like that. You just don't see it when you're in the boat. And I love it. It is an adventure, man. I mean, that's the one thing I do love about it. It's very adventurous, and I love a good adventure. I love to feel like I'm doing something not very many people have done or no one else has done. That's something that appeals to me. So,
Nice.
nice. So you also tournament fish.
I do. Tournament fish, kayak tournaments have blown up as the sport's gotten bigger. There's some pretty big ones. I mean, we've got bass involved in kayak fishing. Last year or this past year, they had one at Possum Kingdom in conjunction with the Kayak Bassmaster or with the Bassmaster Classic. So
Yeah.
some of the kayak guys got to go up on stage. I do a lot of local stuff around here though, up in Northern California. Fish a couple circuits, Yakka bass. Yeah, I mean, it's really kind of the other passion other than just kayak fishing is the tournament fishing. I love tournaments.
Yeah.
Just like tournament fishing and that rush of catching like a big fish in a tournament, stuff like that is just like it's like the best the best high you can get.
Yeah. So for someone that's watching at home and thinking about like I want to go buy my first kayak, what's the advice you give to someone? Because like you said, you can spend $500 or you can spend $5,000.
Yeah, that's a great question. I say someone that wants to get their first kayak. I mean, if you've got like a kayak shop nearby and you can test some stuff, that's great. But I believe that you should get a simple kayak to start. I think that it'd be a mistake if you just went like, especially if you don't fish that much.
Right.
Something simple. Maybe intermediate level, something sub $1,500. And I think that at least gives you the experience to know what you like and what you don't like in a kayak, because it's very personal. Like every kayak, everyone's going to be different for the particular kayak they like. I mean, whether it's just the ergonomics of it or the stability or, there's a million factors. But I'm glad when I said my first kayak was that Amazon kayak, that little cheapo kayak. Still a good boat, but it totally shaped me and what I wanted in my next kayak. So if I was to recommend first kayak for someone, something cheaper, nothing too crazy. Rig it up yourself, have fun with it, and go from there.
Alex, go ahead.
I was about to say, then you get the joy of like doing the step up, right? Like I remember, like, dude, I knew nothing about kayaks when I got my first kayak, and so I got a paddle kayak, and like someone said, hey, would a company Old Town reached out and said, would you like a pedal drive kayak? And I was like, a what now? And they're like, a pedal drive kayak. You pedal it like a bike, and I'm like, they make that? Like, oh, dude, I was clueless. Like, there's not many things that I can say that I'm truly clueless about. And kayak fishing was one of them. And so, like, the first time that I got in a pedal kayak and like pedaled it around, it was a completely, again, it's like the next tier or the next level. It's like a completely different experience that I ever experienced before. And Greg's right. It like being in a paddle kayak and then going to a pedal kayak and then going to a bigger pedal kayak and then getting one with a motor.
It's like getting a new car.
I mean, dude, it seriously is, and it's like you start with a Honda Civic,
right,
and you end up with a Lamborghini. I
mean,
it's like, it's just crazy.
You've got the Lamborghini, man. You've got the Lamborghini right now.
Oh yeah, dude. That I'm telling you, I say all the time that Hobie it's ridiculous. Yeah. It is just absolutely ridiculous.
It's funny you say that. When I got my second kayak, so after having that little Amazon kayak for 2 years, I wanted to upgrade it, and I didn't know what to upgrade. But I was thinking to myself, I'm like, I want to cover more water. I wonder if they'd make like a kayak with like a pedal system. And I just started type that in Google, and then 2 kayaks came up. It was the Native Watercraft and then the Hobie. And I just so happened to pick the Native. So yeah, I had no idea back then either.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I love it, dude. I mean, it is, and what is cool about it? It is very like personal. Like kayak fishing is it's hilarious because you can have four of the same kayaks sitting right next to each other, but the way that each person's going to have their kayak rigged out is so drastically different, and it's unlike bass boats in that fact because like most bass boats they're pretty much set up all the same way, like especially tournament rigs. You got your 250, you got your double power poles, you got some grass, and you got a glittery coat on the side. But like, dude, kayaks, it's like it's an endless possibility of rigging and the way that you want things and motors and accessories, and it's really really cool. I mean, it's just completely different.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
Uh,
And I'm back.
all right. Thank
Gosh,
God.
you
Thank
slid.
God. I was gonna say, why don't we
Wheels?
take some questions while Alex is gone? But all right, let's give away a golden ticket prize. So again, for those of you watching at home, if this is your first time tuning in, every Monster Bass box has an individually numbered golden ticket. I'm going to call it out. If you won, email me at marketing@monsterbass.com, and you're going to help me clean out my garage because I've got thousands of dollars worth of, as someone I saw in the chat someone commented about how I like to call it the crap in my garage. I got lots of crap in my garage. A lot of fishing tackle. It's all got to go. Got to make room for the car one day. Just one. What's that?
That was Marty Lawson.
Oh, Marty Lawson. That's right. Marty won last week. So, oh, that's right. And then for everyone with the super chat, and just as I say the super chat, Marty drops in with $20. And so thank you to Marty and thank you to Big Rich, everyone in the super chat. And every question that you ask is an entry into to win another a giveaway. So the first golden ticket is C7531B9647. Let's go straight to the second one, D4879C5493. You guys are big winners, and we're going to take our first caller. We're going to go to Henderson, Nevada, and let's take a call. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, this is Jason from Southern California. How you guys doing?
Good. How are you, man?
Excellent. I'm on the long drive home on I-15. Greg and Alex, thanks for joining. You guys taking time out of your days. Greg, your show on the Delta is a time capsule back to my childhood, skiing and fishing with my dad. So thank you for all the effort you put into that. My question, as I finished the podcast right before the show started, the Bent fishing podcast, was around A-rigs. My daughter pulled my 9-year-old daughter pulled one out of the mud a few weeks ago, and we're cleaning it up. They were talking about its inception, its usage, its banning from some of the two sides to that. You know, it catches too many fish too quickly, too many hooks, but yet, you know, one hard bait has 3 trebles with 9 hooks. So what does that matter? I thought I'd drop that in the pond and let you guys hash that out and tell me what you think.
All right. Great question.
Go
Man.
for it, Alex.
Oh, I mean, yeah, we're about to wade into the dude, this is the grand debate right here, right? I mean, like Alabama rigs, every state is different. Everybody has a different viewpoint on it. But I mean, dude, an Alabama rig is just undeniably a very effective bait. Let's put it that way. It's very effective. Like, it has a ridiculous fish catching power. It has ridiculous drawing power. I mean, some of the stuff I've experimented with some different types of materials for A-rigs and found that, you can make them even more effective than they are as standard A-rigs with wire and stuff on them. But, here in Tennessee, and I don't know what California is like, Greg, I just know here in Tennessee, we can only have 3 baits with hooks and then 2 teasers. You
Yep,
can't,
same with us.
yeah,
Same with us.
yeah. And so you can have like a ginormous A-rig, but you can only have 3 hooks and 2 teasers. So that's one thing to definitely watch out for anybody that's listening. If you're like, hey, I want to go pick up an Alabama rig, yeah, go do it. But also make sure that you check your local laws so that you don't get ticketed for something as silly as just having 1 extra hook. You know what I mean? I'll tell you one thing about Alabama rigs that I've noticed and has helped me to catch more fish on them is the smaller the better. I started experimenting with small A rigs, and I don't know if it's just where there's such a big presence of people throwing them out here. And for a long time, you had dudes who were throwing the freaking things. I mean, like they were,
Crazy.
5 or 6 tiers deep with blades all over them. I mean, literally a chandelier. That's because it's what we call it. It's the chandelier, right? I started downsizing and getting smaller and smaller and starting to throw like micro A rigs and catching a lot. And it helped me like throwing it in the kayak and stuff like that. I was hanging up with the big one a lot just where I fish and stuff I fish around. I started fishing those smaller ones and just being a lot more effective with them. But I mean, I have a love-hate relationship with an A-rig because I hate to throw it, but they hit an A-rig like they hit nothing else. It is literally like they're trying to kill it, you, everything else around it, and like jerk you in the water with it. It's amazing.
Yeah, I agree with Alex. And Jason, I'm glad you enjoy the Delta videos. It's pretty cool that you guys used to fish there. And speaking of the Delta, I'll say that the A-rig is actually one of the best winter baits for the Delta. In speaking December, January, I mean, black bass, of course, but the striper, as you guys maybe you remember this time of year, the striper run pretty thick in the Delta. And that A-rig is just something you want to have on your boat. I think it's interesting. You said, Alex, you were saying the smaller A-rig. I've noticed that too, and downsizing some of my the baits on the A-rig instead of maybe 4.8 to go to a 3.8 Kayak or something like that, smaller baits. And I've actually started using A-rigs with more blades on them too. There's a 8 ball by G-Funk Baits. They have 8 willows on there. So it's just like adding a ton more flash and just like making it more of a bait fish profile. So yeah, I don't know. A-rigs are, there's nothing like them, and they catch fish. That's no doubt.
Yeah, and I mean, what's fascinating about them is how they've got banned in a lot of tournaments, which is crazy. I mean, what it was is it's just like every other technology, and there's people out there right now wanting to ban forward-facing sonar. It's just another step in a direction of tech or baits or however you want to put it. And it will have its time, just like everything else has its time. I mean, an A-rig's effectiveness is not there like it was, even 5 years ago. I mean, dude, I can remember 5 years ago going to local lakes around me and sacking up 23, 24 pounds of smallmouth like it was nothing because they had never seen an A-rig before. And then everybody got turned on to them. And now you can't go out there and catch them on a single swim bait, that's 2 inches long because they've seen every freaking swim bait and A-rig that you can imagine. So that's why I think like talking about those smaller ones, when I started downsizing and doing something completely different than everybody else is when I started catching fish. But yeah, you cannot deny the effectiveness of the old chandelier.
Well, that was a good question. What do you say we take another?
Absolutely.
All right, this guy's no stranger to the show. I recognize the number. I mean, he's called in 47 times. I'll give you one guess, Alex.
Brennan?
Yeah. All right, go ahead. Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
How are you guys?
Who is this?
Brendan.
Brendan who?
Don't do him dirty like that, Rick.
Brown.
What are you doing, Brendan?
Yeah. Hey, Alex. Hello, Greg.
Hey,
Nothing much. Just sitting here. Got a few questions ready.
Fire away.
Yep. All right. What do you think is the next big thing in the kayak industry, Greg?
The next big thing in the kayak industry? Is that the question?
Yeah.
Besides Monster Bass kayaks?
Oh, geez. Look out for that. Probably forward-facing sonar. It's been an interesting evolution. It started out with, I know I'm not one of the first. There's a pretty good wave of kayak folks before me back in 2012, 2013, but I got into it when everyone was paddling. And then the next step was pedals. Then the next step was motors. And then, little bits and pieces with graphs and, side scan, everything. I feel like almost the kayaks are just the boat guys, just maybe a year or two behind. But I think you're going to see a ton of people rocking the live scopes and the active targets, all that stuff next year, no doubt, including myself, probably.
I even see it getting to the point where the industry itself is making specific mounts and things for forward-facing sonar, specifically for kayaks. I mean, you had, every major kayak company made it where you could put a transducer on a kayak. And like, that was the big thing. Like even like 3 years ago, every company was like, oh, and we have a transducer mount now, and it's easily, accessible. And we pre-ran the wiring harness and da 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 da. Next, I think you see
And made a
now
fix
we
for the
have,
transducer.
now you're going to see like, oh, you can mount live scope here, and here's the rigged wiring harness, and da 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 da. Yeah, I think Greg's spot on with that one, dude. The forward-facing sonar is going to be for probably the next 5 years. The biggest thing in technology advancement in bass fishing.
It's going really far. It's going pretty fast right now with all this crazy stuff happening. It's absurd. Yeah. So, what are your biggest goals for 2022?
You asking me or Alex?
Oh, sorry, Greg.
Biggest goal for 2022. This is a recurring goal because I've been yet to achieve it, and that's to catch 1 over 10. I know some people think that's cheap. The 10-pounder. It's just a number, but I don't know, man. Like I grew up in New York, so that wasn't even a realistic possibility.
Where in New York?
Seneca Falls, New York.
Oh, I grew up in Syracuse.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we're like neighbors,
Yeah,
basically.
totally.
I probably saw you at some point randomly at like a Syracuse game or something like
Yeah,
that.
totally.
But yeah, 10-pounder. I would just like to get one in 2022. It's amazing I've been in some of the best bass fisheries at the best times of year for like the last 6 years. And as much as I fish, I can't believe it. So I really want to get that one off the bucket list.
I can make that happen.
I bet you could get one at Clear Lake.
At Clear Lake, Clear Lake is an interesting body of water. It's got probably more 4 to 9-pounders than anywhere else in the country. And I can attest to this because one of my buddies who fished Clear Lake for like 3 years had something over 50, somewhere between 50 and 60 fish, 9 to just shy of 10 pounds. He could not beat that 10-pound mark. The lake's changed a little bit since bass came, and there was a lot more, but I think probably the Delta is my best shot for a double digit, and maybe the springtime if I can get lucky and find one on a bed. Or if Rick has a double digit in his backyard, and that's what he meant by saying.
Well, I do have a couple trips scheduled that you could we can talk about having you participate in if you'd like to join us. I know Alex has one scheduled, but we're planning this one for Texas that I think could be pretty interesting.
Okay. All right.
What else you got, Brendan?
I'm sorry, I gotta go. Sorry.
What?
So I'll see you guys later.
Bye, Brendan.
All right.
Can I talk to your mom for a second?
Not at the moment. She's not here.
Okay. All right. Thanks for calling, man. Appreciate it.
Bye, Brendan.
You guys have a good one.
All right. Bye.
He's undeniably supportive.
Undeniably. He's one of our biggest supporters. He'll call me on a random Saturday, and he'll be like, "Hey, Rick, this is Brendan." I'm like, "Oh, how's it going?" He'll be like, "I had this really great idea for a T-shirt. I just wanted to run by you." I'm like, "Yeah, sure. What do you got?" And he'll call me up, and all of a sudden, I'm like, "Wow, that's actually a really great idea." Or he'll send me a sketch, or he'll send me a picture of an old bait that his grandfather used, and he's like, "Nobody's making this, and we should bring it back, and we should make it." I'm like, and he's clearly thought this all well. Like he's thought it through, and I would love to take all his ideas and make them come true, but there's just I can't. But I'm making this one T-shirt for the kid. He's super supportive. I love the guy. He's like the nicest person that I've never met.
He's the nicest person I've met.
Right? Anthony Bourdain was my best friend, and I never met him. And so Brendan's like the biggest supporter that I never met. Let's go talk to T-Rex. What do you say?
Let's do it.
All right. T-Rex.
Hello, Rick. How you doing, buddy?
Good. How are you, man?
I'm good. Just sitting here excited that you got Greg on because I followed Greg there for a couple of years, and I love all of his videos, especially the ones over at the Delta. I want to try to get out to the Delta and fish a frog tournament this year. Greg, I already know who your inspiration to fishing and all that, but what's your go-to for food on your kayak?
Oh, good question. Go to for food. Beef jerky for sure. I used to be a sandwich guy, but it's taken me too long to eat the sandwich. I need something quick in a package, and beef jerky is a good option for me. Hydration is my bigger thing on the kayak, especially out here in the hot summer days. So I will go through a ton of water when I'm out there.
Oh yeah, I feel you there. I'm right here in Fresno. I fish Pine Flat, Millerton Lake quite a bit. In summertime, man, when it hits 110, man, you're sweating. You know what off over there.
Yeah, down by you, it's crazy. I will say, actually, in the summer, I'll bring a little bit more food. I might bring I don't know, just something a little more calorie dense because, man, you need it out there to replace your electrolytes, stuff like that. It's kind of miserable, to be honest, down at least where you are in the summer.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal sometimes right here in the middle of the valley. I don't want to forget you there, Mr. Bearded Wonder. Bethany's husband. How are you doing?
Good, buddy. How are you?
I'm good, man. I just had to get a little stab in there. Bethany's my superstar. She always takes good care of me.
Listen,
she's
anytime
I got a question about my shipments.
Yeah, she's a lot bigger than I am now. I think she's taken on a life of her own. I'm gonna have to start her a channel or something. I was
just thinking we should make her a hoodie that says Monster Bass MVP, and we should have her on the show. She should just sit in the corner and
just sit there and
play with the dogs and I've never seen customer service get loved on before, right? Like normally you just shit on your customer service people and yeah.
Well, I mean, listen, we get the best of the best here on the live stream. I've read.
I understand. Yeah. So have I.
yeah, dude, that's rough. Like, there's some of those people that I'm like, what's their address? Just tell me where they live because I'm gonna go solve the problem.
All right, true story. And then I know we're gonna digress, but I've had customers that have said stuff like, even when I call, they'll say some horrible stuff that I can't even repeat. And then they'll make comments about a product. And so I'll go and I'll send 100 of those products to their house. Like some guy made a comment about, how can I say this? He made a comment about fertilizer and he called it something else. And so I called the local store and I had all this. I had 100 bags of fertilizer sent to his house. I had a guy, I went on Amazon and I had 6 cases of thermoses sent to his house. Just dumb stuff. I'm like, these people, they say, and I had one guy used the most racist, homophobic comments you can ever imagine. And he sent it to me from his work email address and with the auto signature at the bottom. And I just responded. I was like, I wonder what would happen if I sent this to your HR manager just for fun. I never heard back from him again because he knew, he's like, oh crap, I'm going to get fired.
God. Yeah. That's
anyway.
Awesome.
So what's going on, T-Rex?
Oh, not much. Yeah. I pretty much, I love all the products that you put out, stuff that you send, and that's why I stay with you. I think you're the best.
Thank you.
Your customer support's great. Rafi's the man.
Rafi is the man.
If you don't have something nice to say about somebody or the product that they put out, keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Just give me constructive criticism.
I'm not shy.
Who's this?
I tell everybody straight out who I am, where I am. My name is Thomas Haynes. I live in Lemoore, California. Just shy of Fresno. If they don't like your product, they can feel free to talk to me, and I'll take care of it.
All right, I appreciate that. I like it.
Because I support you 100%.
Thanks, buddy.
I love all the content that Greg puts out, all the content that Alex puts out. I think our society today is too busy just trying to start crap, basically, put it politely.
Yeah.
You just need to shut up and mind your business.
Yeah, Greg, shut up, mind your own business.
So now that
I'm pretty controversial in my content.
You are. This makes me mad. So
I
controversial.
know. So controversial.
no, Greg's the man.
So too much. Just too much.
Well,
I do worry about Greg sometimes because I worry about Greg standing in his kayak sometimes. There's been a couple times I see him almost fall off.
I've fallen out.
So and due to the fact that I fell off my boat one time, and I was in kind of shallow water, and where I shouldn't have been, but I did anyway. But I landed on a log. Oh my Lord, it hurt. I didn't think I was going to be able to get back in my boat.
Mm. What T-Rex? What are you making for Christmas dinner?
Christmas dinner, I do it Christmas Eve, and I do what I call a California dinner.
Okay.
I do shrimp kebabs, lobster, maintail lobster, and 16-ounce ribeyes, fried baked potatoes, and homemade bread.
Wait, homemade bread?
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, not bad.
I want in on that. I'm flying out.
Wow. Solid.
All right. Well, you're in luck. I just had 2 people that normally come back out, and I've already got their lobster tails ready.
Oh my God! Listen, I mean,
Getting a plane ticket.
I really don't have plans for Christmas. I mean, the kids got presents; they don't need anything else. I mean,
Well, I'll give you my address if you want to come.
Yeah, let's think about that. I think we should do a show from your house one day.
Okay.
Well, that didn't sound like an invitation. That sounded like, oh my God, you're gonna show up at
Well,
my
no,
house.
you're more than welcome. But I mean, I can see you driving up doing the show, but I don't know about Robbie. I don't know if he'd drive this far.
I don't know that he's allowed to.
Because when I met you guys at the Bassmaster Classic, I don't think Robbie was down for the traveling.
No, I think Robbie's down. Anyone that has kids knows that if there's an opportunity or an invitation to go eat some homemade bread, they're going. Rafi will be there. All right, man.
All right. Well, I'll let you guys go. I'm sure you got plenty of other people to talk to other than me. Greg, it was great getting to talk to you. Like I said, long-time follower of your channel. And you ever get up around Millerton or Pine Flat, hit me up, Fishing with T-Rex or Thomas Haynes on Instagram or Facebook. Be more than happy to meet you out and go fishing with you.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
All right, man. Listen, have a happy holiday if I don't talk with you.
All right. If I don't get to talk to you guys, have a great Christmas. Alex, Stephanie, Greg, Rick, Rafi, and everybody else, have a Merry Christmas.
Thanks, man.
See ya.
All right.
Copy. Thank you.
T-Rex. What do we got here? We got, let's take this next call. Go ahead, caller.
Hello, this is Mr. Gambit. How is everybody doing? Happy holidays.
What's going on, man?
You know it, man. I got to tell you, we got a treat here. We got 2 good guys that we should have had on, at least have on at least every other month because they bring out the good content. So this guy here knows he's a bad dude. Greg has got everybody addicted to the kayak stuff, not just fishing. If you got fishing addiction already, if you watch 3 of Greg's videos, you're going to be hooked on going out and buying a kayak like me. You're going to get the kayak and you go, well, God damn it, what am I going to do with this? First thing you want to do, you want to start to pimp it out like he's pimping his out. So for me, I got 2 100 amp out lithium hour power packs I put on there, along with satellite radio, along with speakers. We're talking about all kind of crap that you're putting on the damn kayak. Like, who's making me do this? It's Greg. Greg is what's doing it to me.
Oh my
I'm telling you, my man, you make everyone addicted to the kayak fishing. Alex, you make good content, but Greg makes us addicted to it.
I need to start selling kayaks.
And that's what I'm trying to say to you now. You know already, if you guys have never fished the Delta or Clear Lake, Greg makes all those lakes look sexy because the Delta is like slop. You got to pitch and slop, and you got to pitch in there and try to get your bass. He makes it look sexy every damn time he goes out. That's what I'm talking about. That's a good content maker there when you make stuff like that look good.
Wow.
I appreciate that.
Are you guys related?
I don't know.
All right, guys. Here we go, guys. This is what I want to tell you. You know, Greg can throw everything, and I've seen him throw the frog. He loves his frog. He brings his frogs out every time. Like, here's my frog. I got my frog. I got my frog. He throws his frog, and he catches a fish on a freaking frog.
You like frog fishing, I take it?
Just a little bit.
Okay.
No, I do. I like it. Yeah. Frog fishing is...
Now, this is what I'm going to say for sure, guys. I know we got a little lag going on here, so I'm going to try to get this out. Now, Greg, do you like frogs still? You're going to be fishing your frog fishing all this winter?
All right,
I
can try, but it might be tough in the winter.
Oh, I know, but you make it look fun. Now, since you like those frogs, and I know my man Rick takes care of everybody every single week with the codes, go to MONSTERBASS.com. Put in your phone number. Let Rick send you a text at least a couple of times a week telling you about his crazy, what the deals that he always offers. Because when you put in that code, you go, what the? And I got this. Oh, my goodness. I think I got to do this every other week. You'll find yourself doing it every other freaking week. So for sure, if you can, go to that Monster Bass site. Put in your phone number. Let Rick send you a text. He'll tell you on Monday and Friday what he's giving you for a deal for. And you know he's going to give you a good deal. Now, this is what we're going to do. And I want to do this right now because Rick's my man. He's got that cool-ass hat on. He's got that cool-ass puppy jacket on. He's looking good. He knows he's got the spot. So I'm going to see if we'll do something fun for all of us today. Tell me, my man, can you give my man who loves to throw the frogs in Northern California a super deal for the people that are in the room for the next hour or two? Bring it. Can you frog me? Give everybody a buy one, get one frog free for an hour or two or three. Do it for us.
Or 4 or 5. Come on down.
You want buy one, get one free frogs?
Yeah, to the frogs. Let's do it for Greg. Greg knows he throws his frogs, and guys, go to his website. No, not his website, but his YouTube channel. Check out Greg catching frogfish. You know, he does a lot of different types of stuff. You're going to love this guy. When you see a couple of his videos, you'll see what he's doing. Like, I think I want to do that too. You'll go out and get that yak. Before you know it, you'll be like, yeah, I want a yak too. Mr. Gambit got a yak. I think I'm going to go get a yak too. Everybody's going to have a yak. 2022 is a yak year.
It's so funny. Chops, yeah. I'm reading the thread and someone's like, I don't know what he's selling, but I want 10 of them.
Yeah. It's so convincing. I want to go buy a crap Monster Bass.
All right. So, all right, here's the deal. So what do you want? I have to create it. So what do you want the code to be?
Make the code frog me. Frog me, baby. Frog me. Please frog me.
Frog me real hard.
Okay. All right. I'm going to make the...
Frog me in the slot.
I'm gonna make the code. All right. So, okay. Mr.
Frog
Gambit wants buy one, get one free frogs. Rafi, you're going to need to put like a link to all the frogs. I don't even know how many we have on the website, but you'll need to put a link in the chat. And the code is frog me, and it's
frog
buy
me.
one, get one free until, I don't know, how about just the end of the day today? Is that good enough for you, sir?
That sounds like a great deal.
All right.
That is perfect. I like it. I see it up right now. Now, let's go ahead and do a little housekeeping. You told me to do a little research on the other site that you purchased a couple of months ago. Guys, if you don't know, this man already bought another company. It's called Outlet Bait and Tackle. You will be able to go there and get 50% off on a lot of stuff. So if you don't know what he's done already, go to the other site, Outlet Bait and Tackle. It is the Overstock Bait and Tackle website. You will buy stuff there and you'll see another discount. Don't be afraid to save some money and buy some crypto coinage. Trust me, this week when that crypto glitch happened, it showed me I was a millionaire again. And then 5 minutes later, it took it away. Oh my God, that's some bullshit.
Yeah, I had bought a private island. But all right, man, I'm gonna make the frogs for free, and I appreciate you calling. And of course, same to you, man. I hope you and your family have a really happy holiday. What are you making for? Wait.
Christmas, guys. Happy holidays.
Wait, hold on. What are you making for Christmas?
Oh man, we're gonna put it up to the kids. You know, I got kids that are grown,
Wow.
and officially, my kids are already grown, and my grandbaby just got born about 5 days ago. So, grandbabies are already done. So they're cooking, and I'm eating whatever they got. All Papa got to do is show up and eat.
I love it. Well, Papa, I hope you have a happy holiday.
All right, guys, take care. Love talking to you.
All
Merry
right.
Christmas.
Thanks a lot, man. Wow. He's a grandpa.
Man.
He's hot.
Every week this guy calls in and he gives away my stuff. He's like, last week it was like, I like your hat. I think we should all get your hat for, and I don't remember what he said. He goes, how about you give away for $5? And I was like, okay.
I mean, that's a pretty good deal. Buy one, get
It
one
really is.
frogs.
Buy one, get one free
yeah.
for frogs.
Oh boy.
All right, we got a couple other calls. We're coming close to the end of the show, but we're going to take this one from somewhere in Texas, home of the 10-pounders. What do you got?
Awesome.
Hello?
Gentlemen, is that me?
Yeah, that's you.
Wow, awesome. Thank you so much for taking my call. Yes, this is Dylan Zamalek in East Texas. How are y'all doing tonight?
Good.
Hey, what's up, Dylan? Sounds familiar.
Hey, what's up, Greg? Yeah, I'm actually a Patreon member of Greg Blanchard.
Yeah.
So let's just, yeah, man, it's awesome. Let's just start off. So I've been fishing, bass fishing my entire life. My dad fished a lot of Angler's Choice tournaments, and he actually told me some stories about fishing against Edwin Evers back in the day. And I know Alex, you just put out a video with him, which was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
Mr. Rudd, I'll get to you. I'll get to you in just a second.
I can't
Greg,
wait.
so I fished
I
out of a
can't
boat
wait.
forever. Am I lagging? Is my service bad?
No, you're good.
Okay. All right. I'm good. All right. So Greg, yeah. So I've been bass fishing ever since I can remember with my dad. Fishing tournament, yada, yada, yada. And then, it was one of these days where I didn't have a boat. I didn't have nothing. I wanted to go fishing. I'm an adult now. What do? And I never thought about buying a kayak until my buddy turned me on to your YouTube channel about 3 years ago. He's like, here's the dude, check this out. And I was like, dude, a kayak, man. So now I bought a kayak and I've been kayak fishing constantly. So thank you for that. And then Mr. Rudd, I just got turned on to your channel probably, I would say, less than a year ago. And man, you put out some great content as well. So here we go. First question out of the batch. It's for both of you guys. Okay. So my brother is in Houston, Texas. I'm in East Texas. We're both fishing different lakes in Texas, southern and east. We just started our own YouTube channel probably less than 2 months ago, right? And I have terrible, terrible service and internet where I am in East Texas. So I upload all of my videos to a Google Drive, and then my brother gets them on Google Drive, and he edits everything off of his iPhone. So my question is to you guys, if you want to share your secret, what do you edit your videos on, and what kind of software are you using?
Greg, go ahead.
I have an iMac and I use Final Cut, but that's actually just as of recently. I was using a little MacBook Air with iMovie that came with it for pretty much 7-8 years prior.
Yeah. I'm using MacBook Pro with Final Cut Pro on it. I did the same thing. I edited with iMovie until I could save up enough money. I actually pirated a version of Final Cut first, and then when I bought my newest Mac, it finally figured out that I had a pirated version, so I had to buy the real thing. But yeah,
That's saying
still
that. I have a buddy. I think maybe you watched. We had Dan from Headwaters, who's another local guy up here in Northern California. He's got a pretty big YouTube channel. Everything that he uploads is from his phone. Like he shoots everything on his phone, edits it on his phone, and yeah, and he's got a pretty successful channel. So you can do it a lot of ways.
Who is that?
It's Headwaters Kayak.
Oh,
It's
sure.
the name of the YouTube channel. Yeah, it's Dan Arbuckle.
Headwaters Kayak. I got to write that down.
Yeah.
Is that
Pretty
the kayak?
crazy.
Isn't it a kayak shop? Don't they
It
own a
was,
store?
yeah, it was a shop. Dan, of course, is the owner. I hooked up with him a bunch when, a few years back. But yeah, we'd go out there and he'd be filming on his phone, his iPhone. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, is that for like the B-roll or something? And he's like, no, this is how I shoot all my stuff right on my phone. And then I'll just edit it on my phone and then upload it to YouTube on my phone. I'm like, oh my God, that's amazing.
I mean, dude, phones are getting crazy. I mean, like that new iPhone with the cinematic mode or whatever. I saw some footage from that the other day, and I thought somebody was like shooting on a big DSLR, like with a big lens. And like, no, it's my iPhone 13. And I'm just like, oh, wow. Like, dude, it's going to get to the point where you'll be able to pretty much film and edit on your phone if you want to, I think, like with all these new chip upgrades and everything they're doing. So,
sure.
Definitely.
And also, I want to ask y'all, I don't know, I'm guessing, Alex, you're in Tennessee, and maybe Greg, you're in California right now. But I know in Texas today, it was 80 degrees in December. And all I could think about was I can't fish for another week and a half, and it's 80 degrees in December. There's no telling what these fish are thinking right now.
Crazy.
Jeez.
Yeah. What is it in
That's,
California right now? It's like it was 75 here today. So
really, it's actually a little cooler in California. It's
it's cold today.
50s, 50s, 40s. But yeah, 80 degrees, man. There might be
40 degrees in California. It was literally 70. I think it was literally 78 degrees today. And I'm sorry if I'm stepping over y'all. I think I try to walk around my place in Texas and try to find some good service. So I apologize.
You're good.
What else you got?
Oh, I could go all night unless I'm going to get kicked off here. All right, let's just do one. I'll keep going. Okay, I'll ask one question. One question for both guys, and then Rick. Also, thank you for doing this. This is actually, I'm a first time caller on this, so I appreciate this. This is awesome.
Yeah,
and
pleasure.
All right, so let's just leave it with this. I'll do one little thing, and then I'll jump off, and I'll keep listening to what you guys say. So, 2018, January 31st, it was 40 degrees outside. Wind was blowing 30 miles an hour. My buddy just bought a bass boat. He lives by Lake of the Pines in northeast Texas by the Louisiana line, if you know where that is. He said, hey, come out, let's get on the water and just try out the new boat. Got on the water, tried out the new boat. The wind and the cold was so bad. We went underneath a bridge just to get out of the wind. We turned around, and the water looked like it was literally being funneled under that bridge. And I said, you know what? If I'm a bait fish, a shad, a bluegill, a crawdad, or whatever, and I am right there, there's nothing I can do. I am being sucked under this bridge. My buddy pulled out a crankbait. I looked at the depth finder. I said, it is 46-degree water. I said, nothing in its right mind is going to eat a crankbait right now. And boy, was I wrong. It was an hour and a half of all you could catch, all you could throw back. I caught my best bass of my life. I caught an 11.5. I caught a 10. We had 2 9s and an 8, and it was an hour and a half of all you could do. Our best 5 went 43 pounds, and it was literally the right place, the right time. But the only thing they would eat was a mid-diving crankbait. They would not eat anything else. And they ate the old school Berkeley. I think it was the DT10, and then they ate. I was throwing a mid-diving Lucky Craft.
Amen.
But that was it. So anyway, I just want to leave with that, and I'll jump off, and I just want to hear about y'all's best day of fishing, your best 5 fish you've ever had. And so that's it. Rick, thank you. Yeah. Greg, I love your content. Alex, love your content too.
Appreciate it.
And hey, if y'all just get a wild hair, my brother and I just started heavy Z fishing, check it out if you want to. If you don't, cool. But thank you guys, and I appreciate it. I'll catch you on the flip side.
All right. Thanks a lot for calling.
Bye.
What is your best? What is to each one of you? What is your best 5 fish? And I'm gonna tell you right now, I feel pretty like confident with my top 5 because I just came back from a trip, and it's in the 20s. Like for me, that's pretty good, right? Given like how often I get to go
Considering
fishing.
you suck, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all go ahead and say it. Greg,
Okay.
go ahead, buddy. I want to hear yours.
Wow.
Well,
I'm going over to Alex. I'm going to kick his ass.
Pretty ironic. Dylan mentions that he's from East Texas because that's actually where I had my best day ever, from a kayak. Pinkston Reservoir, little tiny reservoir in East Texas. Actually found out about it from a coworker's husband who bass fishes out there. Is when I did a little job stint there, and it was in the spring. And I'm probably off maybe by a little because I can't remember the exact numbers, but I did have a board with me. I did have a scale with me, and I think the weight of the best 5 was a little over 30, and it was about 112 inches for all my kayak guys out there. And it was just right place, right time, right bait, chatterbait, slow rolling a chatterbait. They were all post spawn, so they're actually pretty skinny. I caught one that was over 25 inches. It was only 7 pounds. So you can imagine how thin that fish was. But yeah, that was definitely the best day of fishing I've ever had for best 5.
That's awesome. That is awesome. I'm going to just start out by saying current is your friend, current is king, and the 3 rules to fishing is current, current, and current. And catch them on a mid-diving crankbait in 45-degree water is that's like all we do here in East Tennessee. Like that's what we do in the winter is we crank crankbaits. But I just had to get that out there. So if you're afraid to throw a crankbait in that water temp in those conditions, don't be. My best 5 on artificial, largemouth on artificial was 29.5 pounds on Chickamauga. Kind of same deal. Pulled up on one spot, made 10 casts, and caught every single one of them. They were just stacked up, pre-spawn, getting ready to do their thing, and just ate. Biggest 5 smallmouth was 27.5 pounds, bed fishing on Saginaw Bay with Mr. Ben Nowak. And then live bait. I went live bait fishing for the first time last year with my buddy Caleb, and I caught 46.5 pounds on live bait.
Oh my God.
Dude, it was ridiculous. I caught a 10, 3/8, and dude, more 7s than I can count. Literally I think I ended up catching 55 fish that day. I mean, just ridiculous. You couldn't float.
What was the live bait? Was it like shiners or something?
Gizzard shad.
Gizzard shad?
We were casting it in gizzard shad. And I mean, dude, you just literally toss it out there, and it wouldn't be 2 minutes that bobber would go down, and you'd set into it, and every single fish I caught was over 5 pounds.
Damn.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Jeez.
ridiculous, just ridiculous. So,
All right. Well, I think we answered his question.
Rick, what about you? What's yours?
Shut up.
I want to hear it. You were with Travis, so it had to be good. Was it like 25 pounds?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's real good.
And it was all smallmouth.
dude, that's awesome. That's epic.
Yeah.
There's people live their whole lives and don't do that.
It was pretty amazing. I was having a rough day. I was pissed off because it was so cold. And Travis goes, "Don't worry, I got this." And he went into guide motion, and he drove me to some place. He goes, "Now we can't take any pictures at all. We can't because we're on we're in native water, and we were fishing with the chief of the Mohawk Indian Nation." And cool. So he's kicking people out left and right. Like every boat that would come in, he'd be like, you're not supposed to be here. He's like, "Why are you here?" And he goes, "Because I'm the chief." And so we drove up to this place, and he tells me, he goes, "Just cast over there." We cast over there, and literally 9 out of the first, 11 cast, we're pulling out 5-pounders. And I'm like, "This is crazy." He's like, "Yeah, it's the secret spot." He goes, "Just keep having fun." And then finally I was like, "Okay, this is ridiculous." And then we went to the next spot, and it was the same thing. And he said, literally, you can just fish here all, at certain times of the season, and you're just going to, you're going to throw back a 5-pounder because it's not big enough to keep. That's so awesome. Crazy. Yeah.
It's awesome. It's a good place to be in right there, man.
Yeah, totally. we need you to come next time, Alex.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, what time is it? Oh my God, 5:05. It's late on the East Coast. What'd you have for dinner, Alex?
I had that's a good question. What did we have for dinner? Oh, chicken and rice.
How's the turkey?
It's good. It's good. We had a little rough patch. We went down a dark road. He wasn't doing too well, kind of rough. Changed up the diet a little bit, added some calcium into the diet, and she's starting to thicken back up and look more like a turkey and less like a zombie.
Oh my God.
Poor turkey was rough.
Oh my God.
Apparently, when her buddy died, like apparently turkeys they're obviously the natural instincts to flock together.
Sure.
And so when they lose their flock, they become unhealthy.
Does Greg know about lunch and dinner?
I don't think Greg. I had 2 turkeys. Now I have 1. The other turkey got attacked by something. I had to kill it. So now I have 1 turkey. It's a domestic turkey. Yeah, she's out in a pen out in the backyard, and I let her out every now and then. And Bexley, the golden doodle, herds her around. And it's great. I mean, it's great. It's great life.
What a combination! I've never heard of that pet combination before. That's cool.
Yeah. Bexley loves her. Like we got Bobby, who's crazy. We got to keep him on a leash because he'll run away. But then Bexley is my turkey herder, and she herds the turkey around and just loves it. So.
Nice.
Yeah, we got the freaking what was that movie with Chevy Chase? Funny Farm or whatever was that movie?
Oh yeah, it was called Funny Farm.
Funny Farm, yeah, that's what we got going on over here. I'm just expecting to dig up a dead guy in the front flower bed here before too long.
Oh my goodness. So all right, before we wrap this up, so Greg, what besides catching a 10-pounder, what if we're subscribing for the first time and we're thinking about 2022 and the year ahead, what should we expect to see out of your channel?
I say the same thing to everybody. It's really just a day of fishing. I mean, there's tournaments mixed in, but I think that's kind of what I'm known for is, like I said, I'm obsessed with fishing. Even if I wasn't doing YouTube, I'd be fishing just as much, probably more actually. But my content, my videos are really just my experience. Whatever happens that day from, when we get on the water to the bar at the end, I don't know where we end up. Sometimes In-N-Out Burger. There's a lot of places. There's a lot of things that we can do. But that's really all my content is. The content is just a day of fishing, and then the tournaments are cool because we can mix it up, do a little bit of traveling. We're going to be going to probably Texas. I think we're going to South Carolina this year for the Bassmaster Kayak Classic. A lot of tournaments out here in California.
Now, are you fishing that?
Yeah, I am.
Nice.
I'll be fishing it.
Right on.
And then I'll be doing my, my trips home to New York. And I always cherry pick that one. I go in May, April when the fishing's the best.
Sure.
So, just a lot of travel, a lot of fishing, and tournaments.
Nice. We've got. I just noticed we have 2 people that have been. We've got 1 caller. It's been on 26 minutes. Can we take a couple more calls? You got time for that?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's do this. All right, let's go ahead. Go ahead, caller. Hello? Oh, hello? No, I don't want to drop.
Hello?
Yeah, there you go. How's it going?
Going good. How about yourself?
Great, thanks.
Nice talking with you, Rick. Nice talking with you, Greg. I've watched you. Alex, I've seen you a few times too. Question that I have, I'm just a fisherman, work, do weekends, go fishing whenever I can. I've got a Native Titan 13.5. Greg, I know you started with that. What is your guys' take? I mean, this is all 3 of you for a question. What is your guys' take on these new Japanese rigs that are coming out, like the Inu, the Tokyo rig, Mega Bass coming out with all these baits that are quite expensive, but actually very effective? What is your guys' take on these baits?
Go for it, Alex.
Okay. I think you got to realize that a lot of that stuff it's not new. It's just new to us. It's been used for a lot of years in Japan, and we're just now catching on to a lot of what they're doing. The Japanese are very tight-lipped about a lot of the things they do, and there's a lot of baits and rigs and techniques and things, not only from Japan. And what you got to realize is a lot of what comes out of Japan actually first came from South Korea. There's a huge fishing culture in South Korea that brings a lot of that, and so the Japanese steal it from the South Koreans, and we steal it from the Japanese. But no, I mean, I think that just like anything else, just like the Alabama rig we talked about earlier, if you show these fish something that they have never seen, whether it's a sound or a color or a smell that they've never seen, you're gonna have a better chance of appealing to more fish because of that. Now, stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, that emu rig, when I first seen that was, taking a zoom, putting 3 holes in it, putting a line in it, and then just one single hook. It's just like you're going to go through a ton of baits. And that, if you're on a kind of like a budget, how do you battle that?
Yeah, that's a good point. I always think, the thing that I always wonder too is when I catch a fish on a certain bait, I always wonder, what if I threw the other bait? Like, what if I caught a fish on a Senko, would it bite the inu rig or drop shot or crankbait, or even would it come up for a topwater? So I don't know. That inu rig looks, yeah, I agree. You're going to go through a lot of baits, and it looks like it get fouled up quite easily too. I haven't fished it yet or tried, but yeah, that's an interesting one.
And one of the best pieces of advice I ever got given to me was by Edwin. And Edwin said, I believe that the right bait in the wrong bait in the right place is going to work every single time. And, he is, when I got to fish with him, one thing that you realize very quickly is that a guy like him, he doesn't have any secret bullets in the gun. He just does what he knows how to do, and he does it until he figures out how to catch the fish. And obviously you want to be a little diverse, which he is. He can do several different things very, very well. And, he can go drop shot, clear water, whatever he needs to do. But something like an inu rig does not appeal to my fishing style in any way. So to me, I'm going to spend more time fighting with the dang on thing and thinking that it's ridiculous when I could probably just pick up a wacky rig and go cross the rise for 2 or 3 hours and catch a bunch of fish. So, I think there's a place and a time for everything, right? And like these Japanese baits, I have a weird obsession with some JDM stuff just because it's cool, it's different. But my weird obsession with JDM stuff falls within the realm of stuff I like to do, which is bladed jigs and crankbaits and things like that. So that's kind of my take on it.
All right. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. That's good advice. Appreciate it.
Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Let's see. I think we got one more. Let's take it. Hello?
Greg, I could see you out there with the straws and your fish stick trying to make you an eno rig. Dude, it'd be a cluster. That wind to get up on the delta, and you'd just be cussing everybody and their brother.
I might have to try it. That thing looks crazy. I don't know.
I think we have a caller on the line.
Hey, guys.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, guys. Marty Lawson. I called in last week.
Marty, how are you?
How's it going?
Yeah.
Good, good. Hey, Greg, sorry to tell you, I sold my kayak just a few months ago. I've been fishing out of one of those Pelican Bass Raiders. A little bit easier for me to get around. I'm an old man, so, pedaling that kayak was a little tough.
Sure.
But really, I got a question for Alex. My wife has all kinds of relatives down there in Alabama, down in the Huntsville area. Brother-in-law has a place on Gunnersville, so I'm looking forward to getting down there and fishing that. Obviously, when there's not too much boat traffic, because my little Pelican Bass Raider will get swamped. But I'm looking at going over to Pickwick, because I grew up in Maine, caught smallmouth all my life up there, big ones. And, I'm looking at going down there to Alabama, and thinking about going to Pickwick Lake. And I'm wondering, would you recommend first time out going and getting a guide? Because there's plenty of guide services down there to put you on the bass down there in Pickwick. And what do you think? Have you fished it? Well, you probably have, but, would you recommend going with a guide first time down there?
Yeah, Pickwick, man, is an amazing lake. And you got opportunities to catch giant smallmouth and giant largemouth. But no, yeah, I would definitely get in in a boat with somebody who knows what they're doing and where they're going and how to fish the lake. Because Pickwick it can be dangerous. I mean, it's enormous. Like, I don't know if you've ever been on Gunnersville, but take Gunnersville and widen it just a little bit and, make it a lot longer and a lot bigger. And you've got Pickwick. And, if you're really wanting to catch those smallmouth, you're going to have to probably do some dam discharge fishing, which dams below Pickwick are not like dams below a lot of these lakes. Like on Watts Bar or on Chick or Nickajack, I can run right up to the dam wall and slap it if I want to, unless they're running current out of the dam. Whereas Pickwick, you've got boulders the size of Volkswagens, and you've got literal, whirlpools that'll suck you down and stuff like that. So I would definitely get in the boat with somebody that knows what they're doing. And if that's a guide, then I would definitely get a guide and get somebody to just kind of show you the lake before you try to go conquer it yourself. Just mainly because safety reasons. I think you could definitely go catch fish by yourself. I mean, they eat amazing on that lake, and I mean, you can go find 5,000 different things to do in one day on the lake. But just from a safety standpoint, if you're wanting to do the smallmouth, I'd find somebody with a boat that knows how to run that water and knows what they're doing.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I have my brother-in-law has a friend whose brother is actually a guide there, and he's going to give me a good discount.
Awesome.
So I'm going to take my son and I are going to go run down there this spring and see if we can hook up with some smallmouth. Hey, I appreciate it. Thanks much. And hey, shout out to Raffy. He got me straight with getting some of that crap out of your garage.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Have a good holiday,
Thanks,
man.
guys. Have a good night.
All right, you too.
Yep. Bye.
All right. And our last call.
Dun, dun, dun.
I mean, he's no stranger. Hello.
Hello. I'm so sorry I had
back
to go
again.
All right.
Back again.
You got to do me a favor, Brendan. I need you to speak up.
Right in the mic.
Oh, sorry.
No, you don't need to apologize. You just need to speak up.
Okay.
All right.
Better?
What are your questions?
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Greg, I saw your apparel that you have. That stuff looks super cool. How did you find that? And how did you start this? The designs are really cool looking.
Yeah, thanks, man. That's a really good question. So, the artwork is actually called Gyutaku. It's a Japanese form of basically fish printing. So all the fish that you see on those shirts are actual fish that were printed on paper and then put onto the shirt. And I've seen the artwork before, and I always thought it would be cool. I wanted a shirt with that on it, basically. And I couldn't really find anything I liked. So I decided to make my own, and then I just made it vertical and added a bait fish. One of the designs is bass on bluegill. So you've got a bass, and there's a bluegill right above it, about to munch on it. But shout out to Dwight Huang, who is the artist, and that's who I get a lot of my artwork from. He does amazing stuff. And I'm looking to definitely get some more designs for next year. Maybe even a bass on a frog, right? Frog me. So
yeah,
that might be a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Red, Alex, what did you think of that spur rock collar?
One more time, buddy. I didn't hear you.
What did you think of that spur rock collar?
Where did I
That,
take it?
I painted.
Yeah, Brendan, you got to speak up. It's really hard to hear you.
Hello? Does you hear me better now?
No.
Yeah, I can a little bit, but no.
Something about a spro rock crawler.
I think you said, "What do you think about? What did you think about that spro rock crawler?" I'm not sure what that means, though.
Which one? I got a lot.
I painted one.
Oh, you did? Did you send it to me? Like a picture of it?
You liked it. Yeah, you liked it on Instagram. Yeah, on
Oh,
Bass
did I?
Magnet Bait.
I'll be honest. Oh
Mhm.
yeah, no, that looks really good. Oh yeah, I didn't even realize that was a rock crawler. Oh no, that's badass. Here you go. Here's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
a really good color. Those
Nice work.
dark,
Cool.
like those dark base colors like that can do really well, especially late winter around here. The crawdads
Yeah.
start getting really dark, so that's a wicked color.
Mhm. Yeah. And then, Rossi, when are you going to post that muskie?
All right,
On
so
the,
Rafi left to go to
on the
Rafi
tournament.
left to go to a Cub Scout meeting. I can't even make that crap up.
He called me during a Cub Scout meeting the other day, so it's real.
Yeah. True story. He is in charge of the entire Cub Scout pack by default, has no clue what he's doing, doesn't want to do it, but no one else will do it. So Rafi runs all the Cub Scouts. I showed up at the meeting and I sat with his older son, and I'm like, so how's it going? He's like, not so good. I'm like, what's the matter? He goes, well, my dad always tries to teach me stuff, but he doesn't really know what he's doing. So then he's got to like read the book. So then I sit there and I don't do anything. I'm like, you want to come over to my house and I'll teach you how to build fires? And he's like, yeah, that'd be great. And I'm like, you want me to teach you how to like sharpen the knife and the axe and all that? He's like, yeah, that'd be great. So I told Rafi this morning, he's like, oh, thank God. He goes, I'm tired of like looking at the requirements and then having to go read the book, figure out what to do, and then train the kid. He goes, I'm just sending him over to your house. I'm like, okay, great.
Mercy.
Yeah.
I saw Rossi playing Jenga with the firewood. That was hilarious.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. We're trying to.
I'm pretty sure Rick has single-handedly caused most of the wildfires in California. I'm convinced now that you're the arson.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm getting a cord of wood delivered tomorrow, and
Strange.
I'm overpaying.
Nice.
I'm overpaying.
How much does this go around? Because every time it gets me,
It's the same price, $550 for a cord of wood.
Ridiculous. I literally have a tree in my backyard.
Yeah.
It's
like
up. We could probably ship it to you cheaper than you're buying that.
Like I think a cord of seasoned wood in upstate New York is probably like $100, $125. And it's truly ridiculous. But what can you do? I got to have my fires in my backyard, and so I got to have the firewood.
Yeah.
Start burning fish and
Well,
stuff.
you got all the
We got
monster
enough
bass
of it.
boxes.
Well, that's only for a few months, actually, and we can talk about this later. I'll talk about that later. Anyway, speaking of burning things. All right, man. Well, listen, Brendan, what is your, just out of curiosity, what is your mom gonna make for a Christmas dinner?
Ham, honey ham. That is always amazing.
Really? Does she want to send me some?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
She does?
I don't know. It's delicious whenever it's cold on a sandwich. It is amazing. I'll ask her and see if she can send some over.
All right, see what she can do. All right, you have a good holiday, bro.
All right. You too.
All right. Well, all right. I think I'm complete. Are you complete, Alex?
I'm done.
All right.
Stick a fork in me.
All right. Well, Greg, I appreciate you coming on the show. I hope you have a happy holiday. What are you having for Christmas dinner?
Oh, geez. It could be anything. I'm going to New York this week. We're flying home to New York. That's where all my family is. I'm kind of a lone wolf out here in California. But the one thing I'm looking forward to is my mom always makes like homemade sausage meatballs.
Oof.
And I just, take a fresh loaf of Italian bread and just go nuts on that thing. Gain about 5 pounds probably in a week. And that's what I'm looking forward to.
Nice. That's going to be my Christmas Eve as well. Alex, what are you having for Christmas?
Man, we're doing all kinds of stuff. We're doing breakfast one morning. We're doing finger foods one evening. I don't know what else we're eating. Food, a lot of food.
What are finger foods?
Like chips and dip and like
shrimp and cocktail sauce.
And like stuff that you'd eat like a ball game or something.
I love it. I love it. All right, guys. Well, listen, I really appreciate you both spending some time with me today. Greg, thanks for coming on the show. Hopefully we can have you back. I'm dead serious. Like, you want to catch a 10-pounder? I would love to, I would love to be like the Make-A-Wish Foundation and make everybody's dreams come true.
Oh.
I'll get myself a sappy song from Rascal Flatts or something. And I'll start.
Wish
Yeah.
For you.
Dude, every time that's on
Put your damn
ESPN, every time that's on ESPN in the summer and they start showing me the stuff, I start crying. I'm like, oh God, like, and then I watch the rerun of the not Dick Vitale, of the Jim Valvano speech like a couple days ago, and I was like, oh my God, here I'm just bawling. They walk in the bedroom, they're like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, nothing, I'm just crying.
Yeah. Well, I'll take you up on that offer. If you can get me on a 10-pounder, I think we definitely need to chat.
All right. Yeah.
It'd be nice to knock that one off the list.
Yeah, we'll chat. We'll chat after the holidays, and after. Right. So safe travels to you. Happy holidays. Enjoy upstate New York, or central New York.
Yeah.
And thanks for coming on the show. Really appreciate it, man.
All righty. Thank you so much, guys. Happy holidays, and yeah, I'll see you later.
All right. Thanks a lot, man. All right, guys. That was Greg Blanchard. That was great. I mean, I'll be honest. You know, I'm very upfront. I don't watch a lot of YouTube videos. I mean, not a lot of fishing ones. I watched a couple of his. He's a solid guy. I mean, there's not again. I can't watch most people's because it's like watching paint dry. He's good. He's a good communicator. He's I learn. He's entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like you.
You know.
There you go. I mean, he doesn't have the pretty beard, like, you know.
No.
I'm working on mine. Oh yeah.
You need to let it grow. You got a good beard. You got good structure there. There's good structure. There's good
I don't know that I can do that. I don't know if I can.
You could grow a wicked mustache.
Jared's got a pretty good sized beard.
It's all right. Yeah. Poor thing.
Yeah. It's true.
Another low shot.
All right, so we got a couple minutes left before I let you go. Last week, someone asked me if Lucky Tackle Box was still in business. I don't know. I said I didn't know, so I bought a box.
Benjamin Nowak got a text message this morning.
So did I.
Lucky Tackle
Save
Box.
30%, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they sent one to me, and I've been getting it now about every 4 days. The same message, everything. So I got the box. I haven't even opened it. We're gonna open it up, and we're gonna see, because, I mean, I might as well do product research for the people. That's what I do. I mean, I will give them this. They use some of the best tape in the business. I can't open this stuff to save my life. You got to...
It's that double duct tape.
God. Oh, there we go. Hold on. I got a wine opener. Okay. I'm gonna show you each bait, and you give me one word.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go.
I'm waiting with bated breath.
It's a brand called Knockout Bait.
Never even heard of it.
You know why?
It's not real. They made it.
Wait, hold on. Look at the UPC code. It's got the PO number on it. PO number 1905 and all zeros. It's fake. All right. Fuck. We got some smart baits.
I've seen those before.
Yeah. I've received them before. These are the California Classic Bait Company, the Curvy Worm. I've got them before. I'm not even going to go through it. I've gotten this exact box 4 times. And here's another one. Knockout Baits. Now, here's the best part about it. Are you guys ready for this? Now, I've been gone from this company. I've been gone from this company since 2018. And every year in November or October. When's Breast Cancer Awareness Month?
I'm not sure. One of those months.
Yeah, I was October, November. So I would always sponsor Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And in 2016, I made these hooks with Mustad. They were pink.
I remember those hooks.
Yeah, you were there.
Yeah.
And here they are, and I'm receiving them. All the pink stuff. I can't believe. I mean, all right. So I answered your question. I didn't even ask for one word because The only word you could use is yeah. Yes, they're still around. I think they got bought again. I can't even believe somebody made money selling that crap.
The fishing industry is fascinating right now because there's a lot of that going on. Companies that are just bought and handed off and handed off and handed off, and it's just very interesting to just see. It's like there's two things going on. There's a bunch of companies being bought and sold, and there's a bunch of companies that are making literally everything. It's like Mustad, now they're making everything: terminal tackle and bladed jigs and hooks and T-shirts and rods and reels and line, and I mean it's fascinating. It's like one or the other. There's no in between. It's very fascinating.
Oh my God, Fishing with Gramps, Biggins. It's an Al Bundy brand. That's right.
Biggin.
Oh my God. All right, Alex, we're gonna let you go. Want to get you
glad.
back to the dogs and to your wife and all that good stuff. So listen, I hope you have a really happy holiday, and
You too, buddy.
And I'm
Merry
going to try.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you. I'm going to try and get that house booked really quickly. I'm trying to work it out with Moore because we need him to come down and film some stuff. I'm also, I'm going up there to ice fish. If you want to go, I'm going to go for a weekend in January.
Tell me the weekend.
I think I'm going to go with Epic Eric. And
definitely,
we're going to sit in his hut for 2 days, and we're going to film the entire thing about the creation of a TV show that we're going to come up with. And I think you should come because it's a creation of a TV show we've talked about too. And I'm trying to get more to commit to filming and making the schedule work to film both shows in the same schedule, so I don't have to have him travel all over the place. I'm thinking about like January 21st.
Okay. Sure, I can make that work.
You might have to miss a day at work.
I might have to miss my wife's birthday too.
Oh, then forget it. We can't do that.
No.
I'll have to move it.
Let's do the next week. Let's do the 28th, 29th.
I'll talk to him.
Okay. We'll figure it out.
All right, man.
All right, buddy. I'll see you.
All right, buddy.
Talk to you.
Likewise. Have a happy holiday.
You.
All right. Oh, Jared. Now I got to apologize on air. Folks, listen, we're a startup. So when it comes to paying our talent and paying our show producer, I don't have the biggest budgets. And so that's why every now and then we cut someone like, someone who's like, high profile, famous, You don't see that on Entertainment Tonight with Mario Lopez. You don't. His producers don't cut off people like Alex Rudd, but I did. But remember, McLovin's leaving the Dan Patrick Show, so I might be able to get him. We'll see how the budget goes. All right, folks, I got two more golden tickets. I want to say thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I mean, we have a lot of fun. Sometimes we talk about fishing. Sometimes we don't. You guys stick with me. You guys are really loyal to the brand. I appreciate each and every one of you. We're going to up our game in 2022. For those that didn't hear, Z-Man is now the February takeover. American Baitworks. I can tell you all the reasons why it's not going to happen. Let's just call it supply chain. So we moved Z-Man from March to February. We moved Texas Rig Month up to March. I finalized with Davey the baits that we're going to put in for Texas Rig Month, hopefully, because I gotta make some stuff happen. But we're going to up our level up our level in terms of the box, up our level in terms of the types of content that we create. You're going to see a lot less sales. You're only going to see it on the VIP. We're going to up the game and up the brand. Because when you think about Monster Bass, I want you to think about brands like Yeti. So the VIP is going to become more and more exclusive. That's going to be the one place you're going to get deals. I'm not going to be pitching sales over email. I'm going to stick to the VIP list. So make sure you join that VIP list. Head over to monsterbass.com, put in your cell phone number. It's free to join. I'll hook you up with the greatest deals on the planet. I truly mean that. And then for anyone that has made a purchase during this holiday season and you haven't gotten it yet, please, I apologize. There's nothing I can do about it. You got the combination of the holidays. FedEx, UPS, DHL, USPS can't hire enough workers because nobody wants to work. And then we just had a hurricane rip through Kentucky and Tennessee. And so now anything that's in that area, and that's where all the major hubs are for shipping, they're all backed up. It's like the perfect storm. And so, yeah, it's the freaking worst. Like and it doesn't matter. Like my package from, I needed to make videos and my package from my own company didn't arrive on time. I ordered it from Tackle Warehouse. Now that's delayed. I'm not going to get that one on time. I can't seem to get anything. So if you're listening and you took advantage of the frog deal, buy one, get one free, frog me, use code frog me. If you're a 1 month subscriber, I am going to send out an upgrade email before the end of the year, actually before Christmas. You upgrade to a 6 month subscription, I'm going to hook you up with my jacket. Not mine personally, but I've got some of them. I think they're on the site for like $69. I'm going to give it to you for free with an upgrade, so pay attention. It's my way of saying thank you for committing to 6 months and paying for it the way that you do. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, not a hurricane. It was a tornado. My apologies. Anyway, thanks a lot. Yes. 2 tickets. Yeah. I'm going to do the 2 tickets. Jared just reminded me. If you've already upgraded, you can upgrade a second time. I've got guys that are going to get boxes for the next 18 months because they keep upgrading. So if you've already upgraded and you're like, oh, I will upgrade for another 6 months because I want this jacket for free, do it. My customer service team will take care of you. Don't worry. You're all set. Brian Masters, again, you don't have to wait to do the upgrade. Just do it again. Do it again. And, yeah, you'll get the jacket. You'll get everything. Seth Booney, you can extend your subscription for another 6 months. And we'll hook you up with a jacket. Like, that's how we roll here. Like, so. The last two, H6798F1384 and P4275S9073, the last 2 golden tickets. If you got it, hit me up at marketing@monsterbass.com. Yeah, I hope you and your families have a really happy holiday. Can't thank you guys enough for your support. Oh, sorry, Jared's pointing to me. I can't thank you guys enough for your support, and I can't wait to see you guys in 2023 when we come back. I'll do a couple Instagram lives because I'm gonna miss you guys. So yeah, do me a favor, head over to Burley Fishing. He's got a live show going on with Z Baits. Z Baits is gonna be in the April box. He makes some of the best hand poured soft plastics on the planet. Love him. Tournament fishermen know about him. Monster Bass subscribers are learning about him. So check him out. Tell him we said hi. Blow up his 2022. Did I say 2023? Anyways, head over to Burley Fishing. Blow up his channel. Tell him we said hi. Merry Christmas to you guys and your families. I hope you guys have a super happy one. And I hope you guys have a great New Year's. I'll see you guys around. Take care.